and be able to cap it off with a touchdown. That is...
And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. In motion, Shakir.
Look out!
On the ground, this is James Cook. And he gets this up close to the 40. Renardo Green there to bring him down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6.
Alert! 319! What's that?
Allen working from the pistol. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Winters on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Look out!
Here's Allen to throw. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Alert! 180!
It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he's going to have a Bills first down. It's maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We are through 1. The Niners have the early advantage. And we're back in Music City after this. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with 1st and 10. On play action, Allen escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
The tight end Kincaid in motion.
What's that?
A run up the middle with Cook. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Nick Bosa on the stop. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4.
What's that?
Josh Allen on the bootleg. He's got it inside the 5. To the goal line and in. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Bills.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now, Watkins on the return. And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line.
What's up? 118, what's up?
Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. That's taken in by Jennings. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the
From the 20,
line.
here's 2nd and 3.
Yellow. Get set, get set. Yellow. Hot.
Purdy. Open man, it's the tight end, Jake Tonjes.
Purdy's pass.
And they'll pick up the
complete
1st down,
to
a gain of about 4.
A gain of 5.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of the receiver, pick up a 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Taken down at
Big
the 41.
time play by McCaffrey.
A gain of 34 yards.
It's a gain of 34.
And a 49er first
There's
down.
2 elements to a successful run play, and the key is having them align. The offensive line needs to block according to the play and create space, but the back has to hit that space at the appropriate time. And this is a clear example as to why it leads to big gains.
Get set, yellow. 20, yellow. Stop.
1st and 10. Purdy. Now, short one caught by Tonjes.
Pass.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
What's up? Yellow. 118, cut.
Off the play fake, Purdy. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Get set, get set. Up.
Able to complete it to Ayuk. And he will score.
Purdy's pass.
Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, That was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. And that is no good again. It'll be his second missed extra point of this afternoon.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out.
The Bills
probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. They'll start on the ground with Cook. Room to run past midfield. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. It is a big run by Cook. 47 yards.
First down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to Nashville in a moment. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Off the play fake, here's Allen. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
And 10.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Ready? Go.
To throw is Allen. He'll swing this one out to Cook. To the pylon, he's in. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo.
Touchdown Bills.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack, and you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back, let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
Pass's kick is good. And the Bills will up it to a 2-point lead.
49ers 12. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin. there.
At their own 25-yard line.
What's up? 18, what's up? Up.
Throwing on first down is Purdy. That's going to be incomplete.
Purdy's
Coverage
pass
very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Incomplete.
They nearly
It's
connected
now
on the big
second
play
and 10 at the
downfield, but he's not
25-yard
quite
line.
able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Get set. Up.
Again, it's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And they'll get about 8 out of that one. But still a little work to do now on third down.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up third down.
Yellow. Up.
Here's Purdy. Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's DeMar Hamlin.
Purdy's pass intercepted. The Bills take over first and 10 at the 30-yard line.
What's that?
Handoff, running left. This is Cook. Good blocking to the 15. And he will get into the end zone. James Cook. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Bills.
He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now, Watkins on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36.
Officer.
And that one is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Could they have called the push-off there? They get the veteran, Trent Williams.
Get set. Get set. Up.
Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Jawan Jennings was the intended target.
Second down
And it'll lead to a second down.
Officer. Up.
From the gun, it's Purdy. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up.
And it's third.
And that was just a
down.
simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Yellow. Yellow. Up.
On third down, it's Purdy. Open man, right side. He's got us. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break.
First down, San Francisco.
Having the ability to move your running back to the widest receiver, they call those the #1 receiver, meaning he's the closest to the sideline. It really forces a defense to show their hand. Do we keep a corner out there, and I know it's zone, or do I move a linebacker or safety out there, and now you tell the offense that it's man coverage? So the versatility and the chess piece that is the running back position, it could do so much to help not only the play caller, but also the quarterback.
Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver.
Brings up second
and it'll bring up second down.
Get set, get set. 118, watch out. Yellow. Up.
Purdy gonna put it up again. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Bills have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
The Bills take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Allen. Gonna send it downfield toward Knox. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone,
it's a
out
gain of
inside the 20.
And a
now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Look out.
First and 10, and it's Allen. On the move left. He runs with it. And he'll be forced out of bounds. Just a couple of yards short of the first down. That's a pickup of 8.
Down at the 10-yard
he tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
Tyler Bass on to try the field goal.
For the Bills
field goal. About as short as you can get.
27-yard attempt.
Bass's kick,
the kick
is good.
And
the Bills going to tack on 3 more,
24,
extending the lead here
12.
Late in the first half.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
31-yard line.
On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Fred Warner in on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second and 8. They go play action now. Here's Allen. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target.
Third down,
and it'll be third down
to go.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. In this case, it's a perfect example. He's open. He tries to lead his guy. Just puts a little too much in front of it.
It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
First down.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
40-yard line.
Run out of the gun with Cook. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
At the 33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3.
Here's a second and 3 from the 33. In motion, Shakir.
180! What is that?
Throwing on second down. It's Allen. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A gain of 26. And it sets up first and goal.
7-yard line.
Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal. In motion goes Cooks. Here's Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Taken down back at the 8.
D. Winters on
from
the stop.
a little further back.
It's
Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 49ers' 8-yard line.
What's that?
Allen now off the bootleg. That is caught, and he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
And no signal. Didn't look like he got there. He did not. And now the tension mounts. Fourth and goal. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming.
Alert! What's that?
Allen going to throw for it. This caught. And he's got another one. James Cook. Touchdown, Bill. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon.
Tyler Bass,
the quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Now Watkins on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Yellow. Outside. Yellow. 18. Watch out. Stop.
Purdy works out of the pistol. That's over the middle to Kittle.
Purdy's pass.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 32. First down,
21.
49ers.
Yellow.
Purdy on first down. Right back to Kittle. That's another one.
Purdy's
and they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
It's
so
a gain of
not
32.
Quite first and goal.
Down,
it's
San
first
Francisco.
and 10. They're pretty close. Now a timeout, Buffalo. their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Yellow. Get set. Get set. 118. 118. Yellow. Up.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He's got it at the 3. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because
and he barrels his way into the end zone.
Touchdown,
Christian
San Francisco.
McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco.
we were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. That's out quickly and complete, and he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
They're going to motion the tight end over here.
56, 56.
They send the tight end in motion. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. That's Michael Williams in on the tackle.
It's a gain of 5.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
And he will be out of bounds right around the 35.
14 yards.
14 on the pickup. Good for a Bills first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
56, 56. Alert, alert. 180.
They'll motion over Samuel.
Hey, tight. What's that?
Play action. It's Allen. Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's first and goal. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Here's a run.
James Cook, the ball carrier. A gain of 8 brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Hook is in. Touchdown, Bill.
Touchdown.
Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
20. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds at the 45.
To Brandon Ayuk.
It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
The 49er
and this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled?
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Bills have got it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they forced the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Jacob Cowing now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Run around, stop.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd
All
and
things
10
considered, it's actually a pretty good
line.
pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Ready?
2nd and 10.
Hurt. 60, let's go. Viking 18.
A design run here with Jones.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop.
3rd down.
Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
18 Cardinal.
That's caught by McCaffrey.
Jones
Oh, nice open field
complete
tackle
to
there.
Christian
He could
McCaffrey.
not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
And out.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
18, watch out. Yellow. Yellow. Huh?
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off, it's DeMar Hamlin. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
Result of the play.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. 1st and goal.
Look out!
They'll run with Cook. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. Here's Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills add on to their already sizable lead.
Bills 52, 49ers 20. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now, Watkins on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Someone there, caught by Kittle. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd
Ball
and
on the
7.
40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now it's McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down just shy of midfield, but that is enough. It's a 1st down.
The tackle by DeMar
2nd down at these distances, Mike. You pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
1st down, San Francisco.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Get set! Get set! Yo, what is that?
On play action. Here. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Watch out! Yellow.
A play fake. Now it's Purdy. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Get set! Get set! Watch out! Stop!
From the gun, it's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's going to be caught. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
Alert! Hey, home. What's that?
Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. Big-time play there for Buffalo.
1st and 10
33 yards.
37-yard line.
Help! Identity!
They'll motion over Samuel.
What's that?
Throwing now. Allen here on 1st down. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Intercepted.
Even though that interception, it probably won't have much of an impact on the outcome of the game. But at least defensively, it gives them something positive to build off of. Because up until that point, this game's been a struggle.
21. Up.
1st and 10 for Purdy. Moving left. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
Up. 118. Watch out. Up.
Off the play fake, Purdy. This ball batted away. That's incomplete.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike. And just because they had this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
Get set. 118. Watch out. Up.
Play action now. Purdy. Forced out wide. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by this defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
3rd and short. Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah. 118. Hot.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
Lining up
now
for the
Pinheiro
extra point.
to add on the extra point. And now another extra point off the mark. 3 misses on extra points in this game alone.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Monday. Half 85. What is that?
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
And the
They'll get
Bills
11 there.
first down.
And that's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Half.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard
It's a gain
line.
of 23 yards. That's good for a Bills first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Bills. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
It's Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olson and Jason Myers as a set to get started. And we are underway in the Pacific Northwest. And no return here. This a touchback.
Yellow. Yellow. Alpha up. 118. Watch out. Up.
They'll throw to begin with Purdy. Open man downfield is Kittle.
George
And
Kittle.
they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
And the
What a way to
49er
kick off a
first
drive. That's a
down.
gain of 30. And
A
another
gain of
first down.
30. First down, 49ers.
Yellow. 21. Get set. Get 21. Yellow. 118. Watch out. Stop.
Purdy works out of the pistol. The connection made to Ayuk.
Purdy's
After the catch,
pass
he gets that
complete
forward
to
for a
Brandon
gain
Ayuk.
of 9.
10 yards on
And that's
the
a nice
pickup.
grab for
It's
his
second
first
and
catch of the
inches
game, Mike. And
at the Seahawks'
he's someone that the play
25-yard
caller
line.
has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel
left.
for the game. Nice job there making
Get
that
set.
happen.
Get set. Final rounds out. Up.
And that is incomplete. But now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. Here's first and 10.
Alpha up. Up.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another
Love it, love it, love
49er first down.
Get set.
First
Get
and
set.
10 at the 11-yard
118.
line.
Here we go. Here we go. Up.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian
the
McCaffrey.
ball carrier.
Come on, boy.
And this time
He was
they are
taken
ready
down
for
behind
him.
the line of
Thrown
scrimmage.
for a loss.
It's a loss of
and
a
it's
yard.
second down.
Brings up second and 11 on the Seahawks 12-yard
From
line.
the shotgun, it's Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side.
Purdy's
Get about
pass
6 before he's
to
taken down.
Brandon Ayuk.
A bit of a quick
A gain
hitter
of
here, and
6
what you're
yards.
hoping for, Mike, is that
And
the
it's
defense can't
third
react quickly
down.
enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on third down. That is incomplete.
Purdy's
Great
pass
work to get in
intended
there,
for
make
George
things
Kittle.
difficult
Incomplete.
defensively, and it sets up fourth
Eddie
down.
Pinheiro on for the field
Eddie
goal.
Pinheiro going to come
A
on to try a
23-yard
field goal
attempt.
now. This about as short as you can get. Pinheiro's
His
kick
kick
is good. And the
Makes the
Niners
score
are out
Niners
to an
3,
early 3-0 lead.
nothing.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come
Eddie
off the field,
Pinheiro
you're not
sets the
thrilled to
kickoff.
end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little
The
bit
Seahawks
and
take
come
over
away
first
with an
and
early
10
lead.
at their own 35-yard line.
Side. Side.
The first carry for the Spartans, Kenneth Walker.
Number
And he
9,
works past the
Kenneth
40,
Walker, the ball
taken
carrier.
down after a gain of
Marquise
7.
Siegel on the stop. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, Here's 2nd down and 3.
Go set. Go 80. Reset.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
6.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Reset.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one swung out wide to Walker. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
5-yard gain on the play.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
Go set.
Cup in motion.
Reset.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here goes set. Reset.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A gain of 12
He'll
yards.
get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
First down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
We're going to set. Reset.
Darnold quickly to Smith and Jigba. And he's in. Jackson, Smith and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Watkins on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
22-yard line.
Get set. Get set. 118. Watch.
Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
21.
51 yards, the gain on the play. And the 49er
So
first
after
down.
one, it's the Seahawks with the early lead.
Line.
Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. It's the 49ers with the football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with 1st and 10. Now Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Purdy. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Watch out.
3rd down, Purdy. That's over the middle and intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. Still going. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Talk about establishing yourself in this league as a young player. You don't have to be perfect. But, man, when you get opportunities to make big plays, when they come your way, you got to take advantage of it. Boy, did he ever.
And now, after the pick six, out comes the offense to try to really rub this in. Two-point conversion. This is going to be caught. So it's an 8-point swing. Not just a pick six, but add on a two-point conversion.
Jason Myers to kick
After
off
the
for
TD,
Seattle.
Myers comes on now to kick it away. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Get set, get set. Yellow. Up.
On play action, here's Purdy. That's complete to Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, up at the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. And the 49er first down.
Left, over here.
A gain of 11 on the play.
They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Boye Mafe in on the tackle.
35-yard line.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Yellow. Up.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the two straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down.
18, what's up? Up.
They're going. Here's Purdy. That's taken in. And he's got the first down. Well done there. As they pick up a fourth and 5.
First down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
That's good for 27 and a first down.
First down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, shot. 60, check out.
He takes off. 1:58 to go in the first half of play. We're back to Seattle after this. They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. To throw, it's Purdy. Caught. This is Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Brings up 4th
The
down
Niners will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. That's going to be caught. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Pistol snap back to Darnold. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here goes red 80. Right side.
Darnold. That is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Box. Yellow. Get set. Yellow. 118. 118. Yellow. Stop.
1st and 10 for Purdy. That is hauled in at the 5. And he'll take this one in. George Kittle.
49ers.
Touchdown, 49ers. Purdy has the offense ready as they will go for 2.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point
On the zone
conversion.
read, he'll keep it himself.
And
he's not going to get in. The decision to go for 2 doesn't pay off.
16.
Unable to cut any
49ers
further
9.
into the deficit.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. From his own end zone, Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. The ball comes out. The Niners have got it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. From his own end zone, Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Shaheed in motion. Man in motion, heading right.
Red 80.
In motion is Barner.
It's that.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 30-yard line.
He'll get this complete to Walker. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
25 yards on the play.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
It's that.
Here's Darnold. First down throw there is incomplete.
The second he threw this ball, I kind of cringed, Mike. I mean, it is like cardinal rule number 1. Do not throw the ball back across your body to the middle of the field. And I think he's able to kind of take a deep breath there as he walks back to the huddle and realizes he's lucky that one just fell incomplete.
That is caught downfield by Cup. And he will have the first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. And he'll take it on in. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Seahawks.
Touchdown Seahawks.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. Now, Watkins on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 26-yard line.
Get set, get set. 18, what's up? Start.
Purdy works out of the pistol. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Outside. 18, what's up?
On 2nd down, Purdy. Going up top. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. From his own end zone, Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse.
The wide receiver carries
they will
on
not
the end
get
around.
back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss.
Taken down back
well, they
at
try to get the run game
line.
started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Here we go. Yellow lady. Right side.
On play action, here's Darnold. He'll take a shot downfield, looking for Cup. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of
Now a 1st and
yards.
10 from the 38-yard line.
Good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Red 80. Here we go. Red 80. Right side.
Darnold now to throw. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that ball
Darnold's pass
out of reach toward the
for
sideline.
Jackson Smith and
It'll be an
Jigba.
incompletion.
Incomplete.
Jackson Smith and
It's 2nd
Jigba,
down
the
and
intended
10.
receiver. It's 2nd down.
Yellow 80. Yellow 80. Right side.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. A throw there on
Darnold's
2nd
pass
down, going to be
intended
incomplete.
for A.J. Barner.
So on a day where he's completed,
Incomplete.
give or take half of his
Brings up
passes,
a
Mike, you
3rd
have to
down
imagine
and 10
there's a handful of
yards to
throws
go.
he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Shaheed with the catch.
Darnold's pass.
And he will not
Complete
quite
to
get to the
Rashid
marker. Good
Shaheed.
job there defensively. And
On a
now
9-yard gain
decision
on the
time.
play.
What are you going to do on
It's
4th
now
down?
4th down
And
and 1.
he's not going to
Darnold
get
on
there.
keeper.
Couple of yards short.
Result of the
And this
play
is going to
is
be a turnover on downs.
Get set. Get set. 180. Up.
The connection made to Ayuk. And he's going to be brought down up
Ayuk.
past the 45.
It's a gain of
18 yards. What a great way to
And
start the
49er
drive. It's a first down.
Really no
A gain of
hesitation on the
18
part
on
of
the
the
play.
quarterback, Mike. I mean, he
And the
knew where that
49er
open receiver
first
was going to
down.
be based on his pre-snap read. The defense did nothing to alter that picture, and that's a great play to start this drive.
Alpha up. Right around up. Yellow. Heads up. Heads up. Here we go. Up.
On 1st and 10, Purdy. That one
Purdy's
incomplete.
pass
The defender
intended
right
for
there
George
to make the
Kittle.
fight.
Incomplete.
And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd
I got
and
high
10.
standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy
21.
play ends up as an incomplete.
Get set. Get set. 118. What's up? Up.
On On second down, it's McCaffrey. Finds room inside the 40. And he'll be taken down.
A gain
17 yards on that play.
And a
First down, 49ers.
First down.
Remember this one thing, Mike.
At the
It is
37-yard
not
line.
how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
A short one there, caught by Kittle. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A 3-yard
When you
pickup
put plays
brings
like
up
this
second
on
and
tape,
7.
it sends a message
At
to
the
every
34-yard
defender
line.
across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 14-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's
Intercepted.
positioning. Being able to get himself to a
Seahawks take
spot,
over
to get his
first
hands on the
and
ball,
10
and a chance
their
at that
own
pick.
14-yard
Mike,
line.
when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Lady. You're all set. Red 80.
To throw on first down is Darnold. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
It's a
So
gain of
a
35.
big one there to start the drive.
And the Seahawks
35
first
yards.
down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Red 80. Reset.
Darnold now on first and 10. Moving outside the pocket, escaping the danger, throwing and completing. First
It's a
time
gain
they've
of
looked his
16
way
yards.
all game long. But he
That's
comes
another
through with the
Seahawks
grab and a first down.
Yellow 80.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
4 yards. That's another
Red 80.
Seahawks.
Reset.
To throw again is Darnold. Into the hands of his tight end, Barner.
Complete to A.J.
No
Barner.
chance to turn and go.
It's a pickup
That
of
one
3.
good for just a
Brings
couple.
up second and 7 at the 16-yard line.
They face second down and 7.
Set. Red. Reset.
Here's Darnold again. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete.
for A.J.
Terrific work. They
Barner.
separated the man from the
Incomplete.
football, and it'll bring up
Brings up
third
third
down.
down and 7.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
A
Red 80.
successful drive, but in danger of
Here goes
stalling. Trying to convert now on third and 7.
Reset.
Darnold to the air once more. Moving to his right. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's got the
Sam
first down. He'll
Darnold.
slide to a stop
It's a
and
gain
take
of
it to
11.
first and goal.
That's good for a
A
Seahawks.
gain of 11.
First down.
And it's first and goal.
First and goal at the
An
5-yard
opportunity
line.
for what could be a
Lady.
game-sealing touchdown right here.
Here goes
First
that.
down and goal.
Yellow 80. Red. Yellow 80. Yellow 80. Reset.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle.
Seahawks.
Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead
much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now, Watkins on the return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Yellow. Get set. Get set.
Purdy on first down. That's taken in by Jennings. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And a 49er first down.
A run here with McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
McCaffrey.
A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Niners first down.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
To throw is Purdy. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, 49ers.
16 yards.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
It is 2nd and a yard.
Yellow. Outside.
Throwing again is Purdy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. No louder place than here in Seattle before 3rd down.
Get set. Get set. Right around up. Up.
They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
A loss of 2 yards.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
Outside. Yellow. 18. Watch out.
Now Purdy. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
Is a turnover on downs.
Go side. Red.
They'll drop to throw. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Rashid Shaheed.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
2nd and 10.
Red 80. Side. Right side.
Darnold to throw. He's going to look downfield once again. And out of bounds, but in business. They're going to have it first and goal
It's a gain
inside
on the
the
play
5.
of 66 yards.
A big
And
play
the
for
Seahawks,
Seattle.
first down.
A gain of 66
First and
yards.
goal at the 4-yard line.
We go set. Hey, set.
To throw is Darnold. That one taken in. Cooper up. Touchdown Seahawks.
Touchdown,
He's
Seahawks.
got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Hey, set.
Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful.
Jason Myers to kick off
The
for
TD,
Seattle.
Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now Watkins on the return. And he's down at the
Niners
23,
take over
and that's where the
first and
offense
10
will take
at their
over.
own 23-yard line.
Get set. Get up.
Play action now. Purdy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Purdy sacked.
Work to do now as they come up
6
on
yards.
2nd and long.
It's second down.
Outside. Yellow. 18. Hot.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. Across midfield, shot out of a cannon.
Christian
And he's going to be
McCaffrey.
taken down inside the
A gain of
40-yard line.
47 on the play.
The Niners will use the
And
first of
the
their
49er
timeouts. And they'll get a
first
chance
down.
to talk things over after picking up that
and
first
10
down.
at the 37-yard line.
What I loved most about this was just the ability of the quarterback, Mike, to so quickly go through his progression. You see early on at the top of his drop, his eyes are downfield. Quickly realizes there's not a lot of opportunities downfield. Check it down to your back and see it.
And he's in.
Purdy's pass
Sky
complete to
Moore.
Sky Moore.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky
Eddie
part, Mike,
Pinheiro
that transition
lining up for
from
the extra
receiver
point.
to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in,
His
secure
kick
the
is
catch,
good.
and then get upfield
Makes
and
the
get
score
yourself in the end
Seahawks
zone.
36, 49ers 23. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. From his own end zone, Rashid Shaheed. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the
Shaheed on the
23-yard line.
return. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Red 80. Inside. Red 80. Hey, set.
Darnold to throw on first down. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. That is incomplete.
Pass
No way to force the
intended
football
for
in there.
Jackson
Good
Smith
coverage.
in Jigba.
It'll bring up second down.
Incomplete. Makes
He's
it
just
second and
unable
10
to
at
secure the catch through the
23-yard line.
contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Hey, set.
On second down, it's Darnold. He's going to try it here again. That's hard. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
Seahawks.
A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
It's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
And he will get into the end zone and extend the lead by 2 more.
Seahawks 44.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
To throw on first down is Purdy. He'll look underneath here for McCaffrey.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, like, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Yellow.
On second down, Purdy. He'll push it downfield. This one for Kittle. That one's incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
And the 49ers,
the Niners will use their third and final timeout.
A gain of 33 yards on the
21 seconds to go in the game.
First down.
Purdy going to put it up again. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Brock Purdy sacked. A loss of 13 yards.
He'll clock it there with 10 seconds to go in the game. Not fun here. Third and a lot. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Touchdown. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
Purdy and the 49ers will try to get 2 more.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
31.
Looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Cup in motion. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So the 12th man, a factor here, as it's a win for the Seahawks. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks. As we say, so long from Seattle. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson, Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. Off we go from Lumen Field. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First carry down for Kenneth Walker. And the D close. Quickly, he's stopped after a gain of a yard.
Down at the
Luke Gifford
37-yard
in
line.
on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8.
Go set. Reset.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw.
Incomplete.
Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
On the coverage.
This is a situation where you just have to be a little bit more decisive with the ball in your hand. I mean, at some point, it's got to come out. You cannot continue to stress your protection over time like he did here. And to take that hit after that amount of time, that falls completely on the shoulders of the quarterback.
It's complete. He's got Tuck. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 27
They'll
yards.
come up here first.
That's good
and 10.
for the Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now, this looks like a design run. He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. Upton Stout in for that tackle.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Niners' 32-yard line.
The RPO is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
13 yards
A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Exiting the pocket right. That is caught by the tight end. A.J. Barner. Touchdown, Seattle.
Seahawks.
Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
And that is incomplete.
No good.
Aggressive play here for that opening drive. But they don't get two, and it remains 6-0.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now, Watkins on the return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Yellow. Alpha's up. Up.
They'll go play action. Purdy. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
Get set. Get set. Stop.
Purdy works out of the pistol. A short one there. Caught by Kittle. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
The crowd does not agree with that call. Boos ring out. Doesn't matter. Not going to change it. It's a first down.
Get set. Up.
Purdy to throw. Oh, a bad decision there. Off his back foot. It's intercepted.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over. But anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
Ready? Face it.
Darnold quickly to Smith and Jigba. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's first and goal.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Seahawks first down.
Face it.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Pushed out to his left. That is hot. What a job to keep the play alive. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
14, 49ers nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now, Watkins on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
22-yard line.
Opposite.
On 1st and 10, Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And he's very close to a first down. He's out after a pickup of
10
9
yards on the pickup.
Second and inches.
At the 32-yard line.
Here's Purdy. Open man downfield is Kittle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Yards. And the 49ers.
A gain there of 27 yards.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, 49ers.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 5.
Get set. Get set. 18. Yellow.
Throwing is Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out. Here's 1st and 10.
Opposite. Front.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 9.
Yellow. Get set. Get set. Line around, up. Up.
Purdy. This throw left side, caught by Kittle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6.
Third down.
And it's
3 to go.
Uno.
On the ground, it's McCaffrey.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
So, a little extra time to think about what to do on 4th down as we are through quarter number 1. 14-0 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. No move for the
21.
field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down.
Yellow.
Now Purdy. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on fourth down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Up.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. Open man. It's the tight end, Jake Tonjes.
A gain of 15
and he's close
yards.
to the goal line. Took a big shot at the end. But he indeed will have them set up for first and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
18, watch out. Here we go. Up.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, 49ers.
McCaffrey.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Purdy and the 49ers will try to get 2 more.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here we go. Yellow. Up.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone. It's intercepted.
The 2-point attempt.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
From his own end zone, Rashid Shaheed. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Oh, 80. Set.
Darnold to throw on first down. Forced to his right. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
Darnold to throw on second down. He's going to look deep. Going to Cup. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
And this is the tricky element of these deep balls, Mike. You want to hit the guy in stride. You want the touchdown. You want the beautiful highlight play. But sometimes you're better off underthrowing a receiver than you are overthrowing them because, as we see time and time again throughout the league, an underthrown deep ball, more times than not, leads to a pass interference call.
And that one thrown away to the sideline. It's incomplete. It was a frustrating series. It'll bring up fourth down.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the 3rd and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. They'll take a shot downfield looking for Cup, and he will have the Seahawks first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
First down.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
He gets free. And he will get into the end zone. Cooper, up, touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game, and you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
The Seahawks will line up for the two-point conversion.
That's out quickly and complete. And he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Jason Myers to kick off.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now Watkins on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out. Up.
On 2nd down, Purdy. Oh, that's not going to work out at all. That is a safety. And that is the last thing you want to do, Greg. When you have the ball on offense in your hands and the other team gets points, it is 2 with a safety there.
And it's really a rare play in the NFL, Mike. We just don't see it very often. So anytime a defense gets the run off the field celebrating, getting an easy 2 points, they'll take it.
We go, set. Reset.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. In trouble, and down he goes.
By Upton Scout.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
13 at the 46-yard line.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
Walker,
And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
That is caught outside on the RPO. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
It's a gain of
that
11.
Last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter. I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
It's a gain of 29.
It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and it's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
49ers 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now, Watkins on the return. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. And he'll take it back for the touchdown. What a tremendous mistake there. You want to secure the ball and give it to your offense, not give it up to the other team for a touchdown.
And I think this is the fine line that all kick returners face, Mike. I think they all want to be impact players. When they get the ball in their hands, they think every play can be 6. But sometimes you got to know when it's over. You got to make sure at the end of this play, my offense is able to take the field and maintain possession. In this case, not only do you turn it over, you give them a quick touchdown on the other side.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now, Watkins on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Go ahead. 118, watch out! Yellow. Up.
Purdy on first down. That's over the middle to Kittle. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
A gain of 10 yards.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down, San Francisco.
So, from the 36, it is first and 10.
Get set. Up.
They'll go play action with Purdy. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10.
118, watch out!
Throwing again is Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
On fourth down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Side. Go red 80. Red 80.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. On first and 10, here's Darnold. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
The coverage.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get him the ball.
He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And he will take this one in. 80 yards. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
Now we'll get a two-point try here. Darnold
The
as
Seahawks
the offense
will line
lined up.
for the two-point conversion.
That is
The
knocked
attempt at the
away.
two-point
It's
conversion
incomplete.
is no
Good
good.
job by the defense.
Score,
The try
Seahawks
for
44,
two is
49ers
unsuccessful.
6. Jason Myers to kick off for
7
Seattle.
seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. Now, Watkins on the return. Oh! And he'll be brought down past the
The Niners
25.
take over first
Decent
and
field
10
position to start
at their
this
own
drive.
27-yard line.
Yellow. Outside, stop.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. He's got it. And he's going to take this one all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, San
49ers.
Francisco.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
And this is no good. He missed the extra point, and that will keep the score right where it is.
Jason Myers to kick off
Very
for Seattle.
one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Now, Watkins on the return. And he'll manage to get this
The
back
Niners
only
take
to
over
about the
first and
20-yard
10
line.
at their own 20-yard line.
Get set, get set. Yellow, up.
Play action. Here's Purdy. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
Purdy sacked.
Reek
A loss
Woolen,
of
the
9
fine
yards.
corner, coming on the
It's
blitz,
second down.
gets to the quarterback.
Yellow. Up.
Purdy works out of the pistol. Open receiver, the forward Gator, it's Ricky Pearsall. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
A gain of 19
They
yards.
get 19 on that
And the
pass play.
49ers
It's good for
first
a
down.
Niners first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Get set, up.
Purdy to throw. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And no chance
Purdy's
to turn and
pass
go. That
complete
one
to
good for
Christian
just a couple.
McCaffrey. A
From
gain
the
of 2
32-yard line
brings up
now,
second
here's
and
second and 8.
At the 32-yard line.
18, what's up? Yellow. Hot, hot.
From the gun, it's Purdy. Toward the middle of the field
Purdy's
that time,
pass.
but
Intended
incomplete.
for Javon Jennings.
For the most part,
Incomplete.
he's been very accurate with the
Devin
ball. I mean, he's completing over
Witherspoon on the
60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, Hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
So it's third down, and it just seems clear that he's just trying to do anything to keep the drive alive. But even though you're trying to keep the punt team off the field, you just can't be careless and reckless. And that's really what he ended up being, Mike. And defense takes advantage and takes it back to the house.
That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for two, and it does not pan out.
49ers 12. Jason Myers to kick off
after the
Seattle.
TD. Myers comes on now to kick it away. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
21, 11, 53. Up.
The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. We'll try again. It's second and 10.
At the
Here's Purdy.
line.
A dive, but he let him too much. It's incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Third down. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. They get 18 on the pitching catch.
18.
First down, 49.
And the 49er first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And the 49er first
From
down.
the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's three. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40.
The Seahawks
I would
take
love
over
to
first
see
and
his
10
weapons do a better
at their
job,
own
Mike, especially in the
39-yard
middle of the
line.
field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through. And yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback. But the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
No, lady. It's set.
Darnold now on first and 10. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Yo, lady. Reset.
Throwing on second down. Darnold forced out wide. Again, working deep downfield. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
I think this is one of those interceptions, Mike, that when the ball left his hand, he simply just didn't even see the corner. And now they're playing what they call cover three. So that corner, he's responsible for the deep outside third of the field. And he's just playing in space, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he just threw it right to him.
Hey, Terrell, corner.
They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And this is going nowhere. He's going backwards to the 4-yard line.
The line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, There was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Get set. 118.
That's a slant to Ayuk. He's to midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 95 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
The 49ers will line up for the two-point conversion.
To throw, it's Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for two is unsuccessful.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. From his own end zone, Rashid Shaheed. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
On the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go, set. Reset.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
In motion is Barner.
Reset.
On 2nd down, it's Darnold. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
They'll go play action with Darnold. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
The coverage.
No, lady. Reset.
On play action, here's Darnold. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Rashid
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
His pass taken in by Shaheed. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And the Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw again is Darnold. On the run to the right, just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
If he's able to get the ball out of his hand on time, that's probably a completion, but there's a little hesitation for one reason or another, and by the time he lets it go, he has a defender bearing down on him and leads to an incompletion.
And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
go set.
Cup in motion.
Reset.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
We go set. Yellow 80. Yellow 80. Yellow 80. Reset.
Darnold to the air once more. Flushed to his right. He's going to look deep. Going to Cup. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be second down now.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
He's going to dial up another deep ball. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. That his second touchdown tonight. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the fourth.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now Watkins on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Up. Up.
First and 10 for Purdy. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Get set. Get set. Run around up.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Kyle Houston.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
On third down, it's Purdy. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And they will get him down at the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 40. And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So the challenge not successful, and on top of that, they are now down to just one timeout remaining.
Yellow. Up.
Throwing again is Purdy. That's the fourth time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked up by Nick Emanwari. And he tacks on a nice return to boot. He'll get this all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Intercepted.
Credit, Mike. Credit is due. I mean, they have played a complete game in all facets of football. I mean, the scoreboard pretty much reflects what we've seen play out here over the last 4 quarters.
Red 80. Go red 80. Yellow 80. Right side.
Darnold to throw on first down. Rolling right. Going for it all. That one underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Brown. They're going to take possession here just shy of the 20.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Get set. Get set. Up.
Purdy now on second down. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Love. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
The Seahawks take over.
And really the story of the day for this offense, Mike, is it's just been far too many self-inflicted wounds. You're not going to overcome being reckless with the ball, inconsistent with the pass.
It is brought in the end zone. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks. His big night catch. His 3rd touchdown of the game. From the gun, it's Milrow. Out to his right. This is Hunt. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
66. 49ers 18.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now, Watkins on the return. He'll get this up past the 20. And that's where they'll set up shop.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Up.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35.
A gain of 47.
A big play there with Purdy to Ayuk. 47 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Get set. Get set. Up.
Purdy on first down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
A loss of 7 yards.
Ernest
It's
Jones
2nd down.
in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
18. Yellow.
On 2nd down, Purdy. He'll look underneath here for McCaffrey. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
Get set. Get set. 18. What's up? Up.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down. An aggressive call there. But it works out as they convert on 4th down.
49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now it's McCaffrey.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
18, what's up? Hot.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Yellow. Get set. Get set. 18. Up.
From the gun, it's Purdy. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jawan Jennings.
49ers.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Pinheiro lining up for
Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it.
Kick is
and the 49ers cut into the lead a little bit.
66. 49ers 25. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On the double. Let's go. Hup.
Play action. It's Milroe. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
2nd and 14 at the 31-yard line.
Go.
They go play action now with Milroe. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful.
Jason Myers to kick
So the kickoff
off
team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now Watkins on the return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Alpha up. Yellow. Up.
Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
32 yards.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They get it right at the 30-second mark of this 4th quarter.
1st down, 49ers.
Yes, yellow. 18. Hot, hot.
On 1st and 10, Purdy. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And really, it's the interceptions that continue to be a problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean, defender had an opportunity to add another one to the mix, and he just has to do a better job making decisions, finding the open target, and stop forcing bad throws.
2nd and 10.
Alpha up. 18. Watch out. Up.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. A ball deep for the end zone. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On play action, Milrow. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. So the 12th man, a factor here, as it's a win for the Seahawks. And they were able to run up a big point total here, higher even than the 72 points put up by Washington in 1966. That was the previous record. They were able to surpass it in this one. An incredible record-setting offensive performance. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks. As we say, so long from Seattle.